Your eye on the mobile industry. Spectrum is the focus of the article because we have, some have said, an impending, a looming spectrum crisis. Right. That is to say, we don't have enough bandwidth to address consumer demand for wireless broadband services.
The most important thing we had to do was computerize every doctor's office in the United States in order to start impacting on that $20 million. Sorry, I said 20 million and I should have said trillion.
Every consumer becomes a patient, and every patient is a consumer. And so we have to take the lessons that the consumer electronic industry has brought us for many years and apply them to medical technology and to each of us.
But what a great industry we have. I am so lucky that for 40 years I've been able to sell things to people that they really love, that make them really happy, that I hope there's no one in the insurance business, but imagine selling insurance. Did anybody ever go home after buying an insurance policy and go, wow, was that great? I don't think so.
You see that more consumers are saying, I'm going to buy a CE gift for myself. So I think that's also feeding into it, this self-gifting dynamic. And this gentleman in particular is very happy because he just bought a CE gift with his wife's credit card. So he's very happy indeed. But 33%, so a full third of consumers say they're going to buy some technology product for themselves. So that's an important consideration when we're thinking about holiday, a lot of self-gifting.
And we don't necessarily know what drives that motivation, but I think as you look at the landscape within tech and you think about how it applies to your own business, certainly you can see consumers today requesting very specific products, very specific models. So in the past, while they might have requested a Blu-ray player, a VCR, a TV, we now are finding consumers more inclined to request a very specific model, a type of tablet, a type of e-reader. And so that might also be driving this desire to self-gift so that they can buy exactly what they want. I think you'll see other data that supports that.
I think as these TVs get a lot more personalized, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of people heard Steve Jobs was saying that the last frontier he wanted to really combat was the television set and the living room. And I think, Google had an opportunity. They struggle a little with Google TV, which really doesn't do much yet. But the real potential of it is really tying into all the services you use every day. And if you were able to walk into your living room and it had a camera so you could answer a Skype call easily, and this TV should be so easy that you just plug it in, it connects to your Wi-Fi, and you log into one account, and all your services, your email, your weather, your news, everything is available the minute you walk in. And when it gets to that point when it's personalized and it's giving you feedback and information about your day-to-day life without needing to connect 10 devices to it, 100 cables, and needing to pay 10 different service providers from cable to T-Mobile subscriptions on a monthly basis to another service just to do some other thing, I think when it gets that personal is when people will start once again caring about the brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Anish Chopra.
That, more than anything else, describes why we believe so strongly that America's best days are ahead of us. Because we have talent in every community in the country. And thanks to the great work that all of you do in consumer electronics, we are increasingly capable of tapping into that talent to solve the biggest challenges that confront us. It is this story of open innovation that sits at the heart of the President's strategy for American innovation. It's a strategy that he unveiled in September of 2009. Gary, it was the first time I flew on Air Force One. Very cool experience, I must suggest, if any of you have a chance to do so. The strategy had 3 parts. It says that America is at its best when we invest in the building blocks of innovation. Investments in research and development, which our country now is at roughly $147 billion a year. Investments in our human capital to ensure that our children are equipped with the tools they need to succeed, with emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. To ensure we don't just focus on physical infrastructure, roadways, railways, and runways, but as Gary alluded to in your priorities, we have a digital infrastructure for the 21st century economy, and that's where our spectrum policy work sits.